Let us join our hearts and minds together in prayer. Holy, eternal one, we give you great thanks and praise for this glorious day, for this occasion that has brought us together in this time and place, and for these bright, shining young men and women who we honor here today. We thank you for the chances and challenges that have shaped and formed them for this moment, and for the excellent nurture and support given to them by their families and by the faculty, staff, and administration of the Gow School. We thank you especially for each one of these young men and women, for their unique gifts and strength, for their courage and will to persevere, and for the inspiration that they are to each other, to all of us, and to the world. We welcome your presence here among us now as we celebrate their achievements and mark this time of endings and new beginnings. Help us to savor this special moment in time and give us your joy in our hearts today and always. And let the people say together, Amen.
Mother Ann, thank you. Thank you for your blessing and your spiritual lift that you provide us today. We know our Father is with us, praising us all. Welcome to our students, to our faculty, our staff, our parents, the alums that are here today, our special guests, and of course our volunteer trustees, including Creighton Murch, class of 1964, Mr. John Brinkworth, Ms. Karen Kopp, and Chairman of our Board of Trustees, Mr. Graham Hepburn from the class of 1984, who I've asked to share some comments shortly. It's now time to begin our 92nd celebration of Govian's success. And in the year, as we know, 1926, our founding headmaster, creator of the school, Mr. Peter Gow Jr., set in motion this institution, and I know today he is proud to witness this success. As we move forward to hear our seniors share their speeches, we must first formally confer upon these documents we call diplomas that we're about to present to these 35 candidates. I'll ask the Gow faculty and staff at this time if you would please stand. Faculty and staff, join me in standing. And so, Mr. Chairman, I say we hereby acknowledge these diplomas, bestow upon them our confirmation that in accordance with the absolute charter issued by the University of the State of New York Education Department, as well as accredited by the New York State Association of Independent Schools on this day, Friday, May 18, 2018, these diplomas, these documents are now validated. While our faculty and staff are standing, it's important to take this moment to collectively thank them for all of their work, their guidance, their parenting, all the emotional giftedness they give to our students. We thank them, and please join me with this round of applause for our faculty and staff. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, staff. Seniors, it's time for your final lesson from Mr. Rogers. I know you've been looking for this for quite some time. Our weekly themes at Gow help us build our value system so that in college and in university and then in the real world, you'll know what to do, seniors. You can now rely upon these values of kindness, respect, honesty, and hard work, our pillars. If you want to simplify everything and break it down, what have we taught you at the Gow School? It's our motto, bear and dare. I know, bear and dare. Your strengths might be in art, might be in engineering, might be in poetry or technology. Those strengths will carry you, seniors. Hone your strengths and make them even better. Your learning challenges, such as dyslexia or other learning disorders, they're not going away. You own them. You now have the grit and the resiliency to overcome this hard stuff. Seniors, you now are prepared. You will see more turbulence as you enter into college. You'll see some frustrations, but you're prepared to work through those challenges. Make your own successes, seniors. Be in charge of your success, and don't ever be the victim. Don't let things happen to you. When you are in class next year in college, I first challenge you to take the 100% attendance challenge. Go to every class. And when you are in class and you are presented with a challenging task put in front of you by either your classmates or your professors, raise your hand and volunteer to be in charge of that hard task. Put yourself out there. Then you can delegate to the rest of the classmates in your group the project details that you need to do. Do something above and beyond, seniors. I challenge you to do something above and beyond. And finally, to the many former students joining us today in this gymnasium, for some of you it's a homecoming. We thank you for coming back. We thank you for supporting our school and for being the big brothers and sisters for all of our students. I'd like to ask all of our former students that are here with us today to please stand so that we can express our gratitude to you. Former students, please stand. We thank you. I'm pleased to introduce our chairman of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Graham Hepburn, from the class of 1984. He's been a volunteer trustee for over 20 years. He attended the school. He enrolled his son several years ago at the Gow School. And now Graham is completing his term as our chairman. And I personally want to thank him for supporting the school, for supporting me, and being a mentor for so many of us. I've asked him to offer some reflections of encouragement to our students and to our community. Graham, again, thank you for all you've done for Gow and for what you continue to do for us. We're all on a journey of determination and progress, and admire, Graham, your entrepreneurial spirit, your business mind, and your ability to keep our focus on the task at hand. After we hear from Mr. Hepburn, we'll hear from our student leaders, and then all of our seniors, we will hear their speeches. Mr. Graham Hepburn.
Thank you, Brad. I always say my parents spent 8 years at Gow. They shuttled my brother and me between Toronto and South Wales. They had all those years of tuition and also supported Gow by giving to the projects of the day. Both were grateful for what this school did for my brother and for me. I spent 6 years here and learned to read and write effectively, having effectively arrived here at a sub-grade 2 reading level. Because of what the school did for me, I became involved, and I encourage the class of 2018 to do the same. And think about how they can involve themselves in the years to come. Dyslexia is hereditary. My son Magnus went to Gow, so my wife and I have felt the pain, both emotionally and financially, of sending our child away. It is hard, but well worth the sacrifice, even when, like me, in 7th and 8th grade, I was pretty reluctant. You graduates will go on to interesting and varied careers, but first you must finish college. And the best advice we can give you, which Brad really gave you already, is to go to class. In my case, I missed 2 classes in 4 years. Also, make sure your professors know who you are. Go to office hours. It is hard for them to give a bad grade to someone who comes to class and whose name they recognize at the top of a paper. This is my last year as chairman of our board. I've been chairman for 3 years now and have sat on the board for 24 years. Signing your diplomas has been one of the most fun things and happiest moments of my service to Gow. I want everyone to know the school is in fine shape and we have a strong board filled with very bright people, almost none of whom can spell. Yeah, that's right. They've become good friends of mine over the years, and I recommend to all the graduates here that you think about whether in some day you might want to serve in that way, because it's a heck of a good time. As you graduates go to college, many of you are wondering, as I know your parents are, what you might do in your careers. And of course, nobody really knows at your age. But I can give you a flavor, perhaps, by telling you about some of the people who went to Gow with me and what they're doing now. One is running a thriving architecture practice in New York City. In fact, if you go to Times Square and you eat in the Red Lobster there, you'll be eating in one of many restaurants that he's designed around the country for Red Lobster. If this weekend you watch BattleBots on the Discovery Channel, you'll be watching another classmate of mine and what he has created. The referee of BattleBots is another Govian who's a videographer who did the initial promotional videos that got that television show off the ground. Before that, he produced infomercials, so if your parents have a Nordic track they never use, you can thank him because he's the one that made them buy it. Two other friends of mine didn't finish university, but they've both landed on their feet. One is consistently the top-ranked salesman of construction equipment in his national firm, and the other has created a printing company with more than 100 employees. In my own case, I've been a builder of businesses. Two of them, unfortunately, did not make it, but I have three others that are thriving. One of them is called Kids & Company and is now, the largest childcare business in Canada with more than 2,500 employees. It has had the honor this spring of having Harvard Business School publish a case study on our entry into the United States market, and I will go to Harvard in September with our senior management to watch them teach this case for the first time. It is amazing to me, as a dyslexic who came here 40 years ago in September, barely able to read, that I will get to do that. Excuse me. But life has a way of working out for Govians if we stick to what we've been taught here at Gow, live the four pillars, and do what our motto tells us to do, which is to bear to dare. Thank you.
Great, Grant. Thank you very much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nasser Kala, and I am here to speak on behalf of the Student Council. This year, like any, has had its ups and downs. However, a good majority of students decide to keep a positive attitude towards the school and keep their chins up, regardless of how much it was snowing in March and April. Before the never-ending winter was the fall season, when Grace Oblitz decided to bring forth the idea of having our first formal senior night for soccer. We recognize all the players for their hard work and dedication to the sport and to the athletic program as a whole. The soccer team was able to pull off the IAC title from the Park School, one of our biggest rivals, and St. Mary's of Lancaster, a team one league above us. And kudos as well to the golf and tennis teams, also champions. All of our athletes held their heads high whether our teams won or lost. It's common for referees and opposing coaches to compliment our Gow athletes on their good behavior and sportsmanship. You make your school proud. Along with that pride, we have students who come out with hidden talents, whether it's Catherine King and her beautiful aerial acrobatics, Jeremiah Kamerling's expertise in creating music, or Jack Lemaster's Formula 2000 racing skills. As kids who are faced with academic hardships, we tend to pick up amazing talents. As individuals, we take more than just pride in our strengths. We've been taught to doubt ourselves and think because of our learning disabilities, we'll struggle. Obviously, that's not the case with Govians. When we get knocked down, we get back up stronger. We're relentless. Now on to the teachers who make all this happen, the ones who live with us, who teach us and help us through this tough journey. It's hard to teach someone who hasn't had the best experience with school, but you do it, and you all do an amazing job, making this environment feel as homey as possible. From Mr. and Mrs. Brown allowing students to get extra math help in their own home, to Mr. Sandrowski having macaroni Mondays on a Wednesday. You treat us like your own and take care of us through our trials and victories. You make life bearable and at times unbearable, as it should be. To the administration and trustees, your dedication and support of us Cheerios makes days like this possible, and we are appreciative. Students, as a senior, I know how hard these years can be. It is challenging, and that's by design. It can sometimes be hard to keep moving. Soon, you will all be crossing the finish line, but just remember, once a Govian, always a Govian. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Grace Oblitz, the 12th grade representative. It is my pleasure to present the 2018 senior class gift to the school. We have decided to donate water fountains in the main academic buildings on campus in an effort to keep students and teachers hydrated during the day. These fountains will have a new feature allowing water bottles to be filled. With these new fountains, we hope to improve health and well-being in the Gow community. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm here to present the Lowland Award. Mr. Rausch, could you please come up here, please? The Lowland Award is given to the faculty member by their peers for excellence in the art of teaching. Mr. Rausch, class of '95, is the department chairman for the science department here on campus, and has been a faculty member here for 17 years? 17 years. And it's my honor to award this year's recipient of the Lowland Award to Mr. Rausch. I believe this is the first time that this award has been bestowed upon a former resident of Green Dorm, the dorm that Mr. Lundell supervised for many years, correct? Okay. Mr. Rausch has had a long association with the school. He is an alum of both the school and of the summer program. He was part of our inaugural year of the summer program in 1990. This experience allowed him to find a home here in the Vale of the Cazenovia, despite his many false starts at both Nichols and St. Greg's here in Buffalo. Brad has met with success here at Gow. Unlike many other students at Gow, Brad is notoriously well organized, a trait many believe that came from his dear mother, who sadly passed away when Brad was a student here. I remember him as a student for having a perfectly tied Doc Martens, and bow ties. After Gow, Brad left and he attended St. Lawrence University in Canton, New York, graduating in 1999. He did return here to South Wales to teach in our science department. He left again in 2004 to pursue a master's degree in education at Buff State, returning again in 2006 with master's degree in hand. Brad is many things. He's a teacher, he's a parent, he's a husband, and he's a colleague. He is passionate about his craft of teaching science. That passion is evident when he is working with our students. I can remember visiting him while he was in graduate school, and he showed me a few of his devices that he had created for part of a project. I believe the magnetic ring gun is still on display outside of his classroom, correct? He is a teacher to the core, knowing that hands-on learning is the best way to reach our students. He is naturally inquisitive, wanting to figure out how things the way they are and how they work. He's also a lover of the outdoors. He has been a member of the Outdoor Ed Club program here at the school, both as a student, as a teacher, and now as its head coach. Brad leads all of our camping trips along with Maestro Sneithman. He is our Govian version of Sancho Panza. He is not only passionate about exploring the outdoors for his own enjoyment, but he revels in watching students who are not familiar with the outdoors achieve the same passion. Furthermore, he loves the teamwork that develops with the kids in OE. Many are athletic but not traditional athletes, so they learn how to push themselves and to others to achieve a common goal, whether it's hiking in the rain, digging in the snow for a kitchen on a winter ski packing trip, or kids sharing a load on a portage in the Algonquin trip. To him, these are as sweet as winning a game. Mr. Rausch is a true outdoorsman. He adheres to the credo, take only memories, leave only footprints. He has traveled widely in North America, South America, Europe, and Asia. And don't worry, you'll eventually get your bottle of Bintag beer from the admissions office. Yep. Not only did Mr. Rausch work in the summer program here at GOW, he was as a dishwasher and as a counselor. He also worked as a counselor at Camp Keenan on the shores of Lake Ontario. This is where he met his lovely wife, Rebecca, and they married here on campus in 2006. And they have 3 engaging children, Izzy, Penny, and Finley. In conclusion, this award is given annually and is voted on by the faculty to acknowledge one of their peers who stands above the rest. So Mr. Rausch, please accept this award as a sign of respect and admiration of your colleagues. Thank you.
Just a shout out to our past student council president, Elizabeth Rafe is out there. Elizabeth, before you leave, give us a wave. Just finishing her first year at Ithaca College, former president Elizabeth Rafe, hugging everybody out there. Hello, Madam President, welcome back, it's good to see you. The Norman and Vesta Howard Scholarship Award, presented to that student who through talents, perseverance, and will to succeed represents the highest levels of achievement at GOW. It gives me great pleasure to present this award to Benjamin Walcher.
The David W. Gow Award. This is in honor of Headmaster Emeritus David W. Gow. This award is presented to that student in the middle school who has, through his character and achievement, has contributed most to the success of the school year. The winner of this year's award continued to grow, improve, and mature throughout the year and since arriving last year as a 7th grader. He's provided leadership not only through his elected position of the middle school representative on the student council this year, but by setting a positive example of our 4 pillars of kindness, respect, hard work, and honesty. He's a strong student who shows significant academic improvement throughout the year. The student is passionate about the outdoors and is an enthusiastic member of our fall and spring outdoor education programs. Just about every lunch recess this spring, after the snow melted, he could be found leading a group of emerging fishing enthusiasts down in our creek, trying to squeeze in as many casts as they could before classes resumed. This young man has grown like a weed and has confidence that will no doubt continue to make an impact on our school community for the years to come. It gives me great pleasure to present the David W. Gow Award to Connor Giles.
And now for the main event. The crimson stole that adorns the blue or white cap and gown of the indicated members of the class of 2018 marks the achievement of excellence and an honors diploma. Members of the National Honor Society are wearing the traditional gold cord, and members of the International Thespian Society are wearing the blue and gold cord. It is now my privilege to introduce the members of the class of 2018 to present their graduation speeches, and we will begin with Emma Radford.
Isaiah 54:17 says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is from me." For me, the weapons have been learning disabilities. Good morning. My name is Emma Radford from Orchard Park, New York, and I have been at GAO for only 1 year. However, I have come so far in that year. Last year, I was that girl who rolled up to school wearing pajama pants and was underachieving. I even dropped out of school in 9th grade for a while. Though I still have my issues with the dress code, as Mrs. Chafin can tell you, I was able to earn an above-average GPA and was accepted to colleges that were not even a dream for me in the past. I've decided to attend Lowland University. The students and teachers I have met here, like Matt Hunter, Campbell Wilson, and Danny Latterini, you three, when I was having a bad day, would always make me laugh in lacrosse. Connor Smith, Ben Fatch, and Devin, Felton Green, Cosmo, and Lindsay, you guys became my siblings away from home, and I'm gonna miss you. Dr. Rhodes, Miss Baus, Miss Lindahl, Mr. Lindahl, you guys kind of adopted me. Thank you for that. I will carry you guys with me for the rest of my life. As Dr. Rhodes said, I need to speak my own truth, and doing that will finally give me the freedom to make real connections with people. I'm proud to say I've been able to do that. I would like to thank God for his infinite grace and mercy. I would also like to thank my family, especially my mother, who has stuck with me no matter what. In closing, there's one last thing I have to say. Today is my sister Gabriella's 13th birthday. I love you and I miss you. I'm gonna miss you so much. Words can't describe how much you've done for me in these past 5 years. Thank you.
Well done, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Benjamin Brierly.
No pain, no gain is an inspiring ideal, and by coming to GAO, I really got to understand what it fully means. Hi, I'm Ben Brierly. I'm from Amherst, New York, and I've attended this school for 2 years. I first came here during the summer program, and to be honest, I wasn't happy about it at all. Why? What? Why, I said. A camp that requires homework? I won't go. But by the end of the second week, I didn't want it to end. Mr. C was crazy, and the counselors were awesome, and they all acted like they cared. It was very refreshing. Then it ended, and summer was finally all mine, like I wanted. But this school never really left my mind. I found out that I was accepted to the GAO, along with my brother Nick, who, by the way, graduated last year. But I didn't want to move away from home. My parents said it would be fine, and I would grow to like it, but I doubted them. They turned out to be right. Before GAO, it was a normal year if I failed at least one class. Somehow GAO helped me fix that mess. Thank you so much to my teachers for sticking with me and making me do my homework, even though you drove me completely crazy in the moment. Mrs. Rose. But hey, look where it got me. I wish to thank my parents, my Uncle Pete, and all those who supported me along this journey. A shout out also to my sibs, Nick, John, Emma, Will, and Joe. You guys sure brightened those dark days. And thank you for those who were my brothers here also that filled that void. I dedicate this speech and my diploma to someone near and dear to my heart. My Aunt Jude. Even though she is no longer with us in person, I can sense that she is smiling down on us today. In closing, thank you to my friends, especially my crew, for the great times we've had together. I'll cherish those memories forever. Thank you.
Devin, Felton, Green.
Hello, my name is Devin Felton Green. I live in Cheverly, Maryland, and I'm happy to say I will be attending the University of the Arts in Philadelphia. I've been attending the Gow School for 2 years. I want to first thank my parents, Mom and Dad. Thank you for the countless nights you stayed up with me, talking about different strategies to get me through the long day ahead, and for the endless love and support you have given me, especially through this vital chapter of my life. I am so grateful for the major sacrifices you made to let me attend here. I love you. I would also like to thank the teachers here that took time out of their lives to help me better myself, my craft, and make the atmosphere a little less intense. You all know who you are, so a special thanks to you. Since coming here, I've become more adequately equipped for college and everyday life. My time management skills, study skills, and social skills have dramatically improved. When I first started here, I didn't know what I got myself into, or what was in store for me. Because if you all haven't noticed, this place is different from regular high school. With patience and help from others, I feel I am now groomed and ready for the world. I have many great memories that I will take with me. My favorite, by far, was going to Spain with the school. It was my first time traveling outside of the country without my family. But it was amazing to have the opportunity to see sides of people that you wouldn't normally see in school. One of the major highlights I took from Spain is that Mr. Rogers is pretty funny and can actually tell jokes. I didn't think it humanly possible. For you underclassmen, my tidbit of advice is this: the friendships you make here will last a lifetime, so keep your friends close. Real friends will stick with you through good times and bad. I would finally like to wrap up with this. Juniors, y'all got next. By this time next year, it will be you up here. I hope everyone enjoys their summer. Thanks for all the memories. And finally, congratulations to the class of 2018. We did it.
Victoria Jones.
Hello, my name is Victoria Jones, and I'm from London, Ontario. I've been at Gow for 2 years and plan on attending Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick to study political science. Coming to school here wasn't easy for me or my family, but their undying support and love pushes me every day to be the best that I can be. To my teachers and coaches, thank you for helping me through the highs and lows of my 2 years here. Each and every one of you have had an impact on my life, and I'm forever thankful for everything you've taught me. I've met so many amazing people and made even better friends. There are so many memories that I will never forget, from sitting in Cone King for hours talking about college, to making 18 holes of golf bearable, or planning trips to Thailand that will never happen. Thanks for putting up with me. Princess Diana once said, "Family is the most important thing in the world," and it's true. Who also put up with me for 18 years? Ethan, you're an okay brother, but an even better friend. You're the stubborn one and the worst to shop with, but you inspire me every day. Dad, I miss you every day we are apart. I didn't understand why you had to leave so much for work, but now I know you do it all for us. Going on continuous tours of boats and submarines will always be our thing. And to my mom, thanks for being the best mom in the world. All I have ever wanted to do was make you proud, and now I know I've accomplished that. I love you more than anything. As this experience comes to a close, I will cherish all the memories I've made the past 2 years. I was told I wasn't going to graduate, or if I did, I wasn't going anywhere in life, and now here I am. To the underclassmen, hang in there. You will make it, and when you do, it will be the sweetest feeling. Thank you, everyone, and I hope all of my fellow seniors find success in their future endeavors.
Catherine King.
Just kidding. That was the old me. Boy, am I glad to be standing up here today. Thank you to all my friends who brought out the best of me, especially the head waiters, who never failed to make me laugh every day. I also want to thank my art and music teachers for helping me find the balance between perfection and letting things go. Thank you, Mr. Giacomini, for being so easy to roast. But seriously, thank you for being there for me, and you're going to go far in your teaching career. Thank you, Helena, for being such a great friend and putting up with my constant hyperactivity in the dorm. I couldn't be more thankful for my grandparents, Mama and Baka. You've done so much for me these past 2 years, including bringing carloads of Gao kids to spend the night on the weekends. I love you, darling and Papa. Mom, Dad, I know you guys are probably getting all teary right now, but seriously, there are no words that can explain how thankful I am to have both of you supporting me throughout my life. Finally, I couldn't have a better best friend than Jenny. You have never failed to bring a smile to my face, aside from the time you ripped my doll's head off. As the song goes, you're a beautiful thing. Like most other people, I have encountered many obstacles throughout my schooling, including my 5th grade teacher constantly complaining that I asked way too many questions and telling me I needed to get my eyes checked because I couldn't read. I was a nervous, by the time middle school came around, I was a nervous wreck. It was no wonder by the time high school came around, my life just seemed to plummet. As self-motivated as I was, I started to actually believe I would not make it to college. I came to Gal Lost and found the hope I needed in life. My name is Catherine King. I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been at Gal for 2 years, and I'm attending Nazareth College this fall. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Catherine. Helena Whittaker.
When I was 12, I attended my first summer camp. I started as a shy, silent child, but that soon changed. Here's proof. When I came to the came to visit, when my mom came to visit at Parents' Weekend, she was talking to Mr. Cotter and asked if I was being my usual reserved self, to which Mr. Cotter exclaimed, "Helena, quiet, shy?" When summer camp ended 5 weeks later, I didn't want to leave. That was 6 years ago. Now it's graduation, and I'm out of here. My name is Helena Whittaker from Dhahran, Saudi Arabia, and 12 Mile Bay, Ontario. I've been going to the Gowa School for 2 years and 4 summer programs. I have a few people to thank. To my teachers, thank you for pushing me to learn. Though I have to say there were many, many times when I wasn't going to do my homework, but then my conscience and my desire for good grades would get to me. To the Gowa staff, thank you for taking care of me, Mr. Cotter in particular, who always went above and beyond the call of admissions duty director, like taking maple syrup and Tim Hortons coffee to my parents when he made his annual trip to Saudi. To my parents, thank you. You have always been such an important part of my life and my education, right from kindergarten when you would try to teach me how to read at the kitchen table or in our reading chair. 13 years later, and you're still helping me, from ACT studying to researching, visiting, and applying to universities, and even writing the speech. I will be attending Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick, where I'll be studying biology. I would like to wish the class of 2018 good luck, and I am very glad this speech is over. Thank you.
Ganon Wilson.
What up? My name is Ganon Wilson, and I have been at Gow for 2 years. I am from Calgary, Alberta, and I promise to make this speech short like my time at Gow. Thank you to Mr. Salerno for showing me my true potential. Your class was the first class I succeeded in. Unlike my past experiences in school, you showed me that my head isn't full of empty space and that I have some brains. Thanks to Miss Ronaldo for teaching me how to speak good and stuff. You helped me in just about every class, whether it was reading fluently or being able to break words down so I can actually say them properly. Thanks to my mom for sending me here, and thank you for the support from my family. Thank you, Gow, for helping me graduate. I definitely couldn't have done it without you. Good luck, seniors, and do what makes you happy within reason.
Phillip Davis.
Hello, everyone. My name is Phillip Davis, and I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana. And yes, I forgot to shave this morning. Y'all might not know, but shaving and the gal school have a lot in common. My first time shaving was a lot like my first time here at the gal school. One day, my parents just told me I had to shave, and I didn't really push back because I knew my stash was quite gross. In the same way, when my parents told me to pack my bags because we were going look at a boarding school that could help my reading, I did it because I knew my reading was pretty bad and I needed help. But just like how my parents didn't tell me once you start shaving, you have to do it every day for the rest of high school, they forgot to tell me that looking at the gal school really meant living here for 2.5 years. Now I realize in the same way shaving was needed, I needed the gal school. With the help of the school, I've been accepted to the University of Denver and plan to study business. I would like to thank my parents for sacrificing their time and money to send me here. Because of that, I've experienced many great things with some great people. Like the time Ganon decided to stack everything in the dorm that wasn't bolted to the floor in front of my door so I couldn't get out. Don't worry, Mom. We didn't get in trouble because Mr. Dibble and Mr. Salerno were the best dorm parents. I would like to thank my siblings for being there for me with the right advice and encouragement. Thank you to the Nices, the Brinkworths, and the Oplitzes for putting up with my crazy shenanigans. Most importantly, I'm grateful for my friends I've made here at the Gal School, for keeping me in line. And for those who are stuck here, like Jude, Carlton, Matt, and Danny, I wish you all the best of luck. Now, Mom, you can finally cancel my Dollar Shave Club subscription.
Jenna Rosser.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jenna Rosser, and I'm from Alma, New York. When I arrived at GAU, January of my sophomore year, I was the quiet, shy girl, one that wouldn't try anything new. 2.5 years later, a different girl stands here in front of you. One who is known on campus as having one of the loudest laughs, who is not afraid to try new things, and most importantly, create her own path. A special thank you to Mr. Gallo. You have pushed me like no other teacher has ever done, had complete faith in me, and taught me to have complete faith in myself. You convinced me that with hard work and determination, I have no limits and can accomplish anything. I would also like to thank Mrs. Mirsky for helping me survive my senior year. I never would have made it without the retreat of your office. A shout out to the best lab partner anyone could ever ask for, PJ. Together we made an amazing team. Most importantly, I would like to thank my family. Because of all your love, support, and confidence in me, I will be attending Niagara University. Mom, I'm so grateful for all the time and effort you put in, especially your famous flashcards. You are a fierce mama bear, and when necessary, and protective of your cubs. Dad, you are the best math teacher any daughter could ever ask for. No matter how late it was when you got home from work, or how tired you were always willing to help me with my math homework. Mama, Bampa, I'm so appreciative for all you've done for me and my parents and all the love and support you showed them. And last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank my brother Joshua for being my nonstop motivation. I'd like to close with a thought from country songwriter Eric Church. I hope they know I never would have made it this far on my own. Where would we be without those fathers and mothers, sisters and brothers, and friends we've made? We wouldn't be who we are today if not for those we loved along the way.
Benjamin Thatch.
Good morning. Welcome to wonderful South Wales, New York, where winter ended just last week. No joke there. It is a glorious day no matter the weather. My name is Benjamin Thatch. I am from a suburb of Boston, Arlington, Massachusetts. After 3 long and entertaining years at the Gal School, I am off to Hofstra University to pursue a career in civil engineering. I would like to start by thanking Mr. Kaufman and Mr. Thompson. They have always been in my corner and have made me into a varsity athlete, sort of. A special thanks to Mr. Brown and Mr. Gallo, who put a spark back into my life by showing me I am capable of advanced levels of math and physics. Also, I would like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Rose, along with everyone at the South Wales Fire Company. They have helped me find a true passion of mine, helping my community. After freshman year, I could not see the point of finishing high school. I planned on learning auto mechanics because it was easier for me to fix a car than learn how to read. I arrived and stayed at Gow because of the Diabekwe family, and largely at the urging of my sister, Cassandra. Gow helped me to do something more with my life than just fixing cars. It has helped me to It helped me to look at an engineering career as a real possibility. Instead of ignoring reading whenever I could, I now read whenever and whatever I want, thanks to reconstructive language. I am proud to say I am walking across the stage with my diploma for my mom, my dad, and most importantly, my sister Cassandra. And I would like to honor by saying a quote from one of our favorite songs by Blink-182. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home, Cass. Thank you very much, and happy birthday, Regina Diabekwe.
Allison Farber.
Good morning, friends, families, and guests. My name is Allison Farber. I was born and raised in Williamsville, New York, and have been at Gow for 3 years. My time at Gow has been quite an adventure. I never thought I'd attend a boarding school for high school, but here I am. Standing here today, I can gladly say this school has taught me a lot and has had many positive influences on me. When my parents told me I was going to Gow, I didn't understand why. But looking back over the years, the teachers and staff have helped me to flourish in ways I could not have imagined. I have made memories and friendships that will last a lifetime, and for that I would like to say thank you. Eric, thank you for the fun, the smiles, and for always being there when I needed someone to just listen. Mr. Brown, thank you for your kindness and your patience over the past few years, and for always making yourself available. To Mr. and Mrs. Fisher, thank you for being such great dorm parents for the last 3 years and for treating me like I was one of your own. To my mom and dad, thank you for pushing me to do better, supporting me in everything I do, and for shaping me into the person I am today. I love you. I am very excited to be attending Xavier University to study early childhood education in the fall. I wish the best of luck to my classmates as they start a new chapter in their life. And as Michael Dell once said, as you start your journey, the first thing you should do is throw away that store-bought map and begin to draw your own.
Good job, Allison.
Samantha Hensler.
Hey, I made it. My name is Samantha Hensler, but I go by Sammy. I'm from East Amherst, New York, and I've been at Gow for 3 years, and I plan to go to Niagara County Community College in the fall. Before I came to Gow, I remember crying and begging my parents not to send me here. But now I'm here, I know they made the right choice. I'm gonna miss Monday, story night, and Headmaster's Day, but I'm not gonna miss study hall. I'm really not gonna miss the dress code. After this, I'm gonna put on a pair of ripped jeans and my favorite top and call it a day. I wanna thank all my teachers for pushing me to do my best and not giving up on me. A shout out to Mr. Dowell, Miss Bouse, Miss Mirsky, and Mr. Giacomini. Thanks for always being there and making me laugh. I have a thought I wanted to share with you. Family isn't always blood. It's the people in your life who want you in theirs, the ones who accept you for who you are, the ones who do anything to see you smile, and who love you no matter what. I like this idea because here at Gow, we're like family. We're always here for each other. And when I say always, I mean always. I wish my teachers farewell and good luck for the years to come. To the students I leave behind, your time will come. Mom, Dad, I'm moving back. I hope my room is ready. But seriously, thanks for all you do. I really appreciate it. Now maybe we can take that expensive vacation. You know, Maui. Without all the support from my family and friends and teachers, I would not be here today. Thank you.
Jeremiah Kamerling.
Dear Gal, I do not regret to inform you that I, Jeremiah Kamerling, soon to be former Govian from Reading, Pennsylvania, will be graduating today and leaving Gal forever, never to return. When I first came to Gal, I did not want to be here. I repeatedly tried to get kicked out my first year. I am glad to be leaving and receiving a high school diploma, although I wish it was from my old school. I think this diploma may help achieve my goals at American International College. Through my 3 years at this place, I have made quite a lot of friends. A few of them I wish to keep in contact with after Gal. I would like to thank Mr. Giacomini for being an excellent squash coach and putting up with me, even though I was a tad bit injury prone this time around and was out for most of the season. I would also like to thank the Dungeons & Dragons Club for letting me try out D&D and helping me become a better virtual role player. Goodbye, Gal. Sincerely, Jeremiah Kamerling.
Derek Koontz.
Good morning. My name is Derek Koontz, or Lieutenant Dan as I'm known in outdoor education. I come from a small slice of Pennsylvania known as Radford, Pennsylvania. I will be going to the Savannah College of Art and Design to study game design. I came to Gal skeptical of its methods, and I leave believing that Gal can change people for the better. Throughout my 3 long years here, I've learned how to survive and thrive in a college setting. The people who are responsible for this are not only the world-class staff, but my friends to whom I owe more to than they even know. From the crazy halls of Whitcomb Dorm to the cramped basement of Templeton, to lastly the luxurious Rogers Ivy, I have learned how to live with others and keep up a dorm room, sometimes. I would like to thank the Cotter and Neely families for graciously letting me stay under your roofs. Your hospitality was appreciated. Thanks to my friends from just down the road to across the world. Because of you, I was not only able to manage, but have a good time at the Gal School. From outdoor education to wandering restaurant to restaurant in East Aurora, you guys never failed to keep me entertained and in good spirits. I would also like to thank the wonderful faculty, especially my advisors and EFC coaches, because honestly, I don't know how you did it. Yes, Miss Bouse, you're always right. Finally, and most importantly, I would like to thank my family. For without them, I wouldn't be here. From the long drives back and forth to get me on the weekends, to the constant love and support, we made it through this, and I can't thank you enough, especially my dog, Toby. In conclusion, John F. Kennedy once said, as we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. I intend to follow suit by showing my thanks every day, by doing my best, not only for myself, but for those who have got me this far. Thank you and farewell, my friends. May your endeavors lead you to greatness.
Druian Mattoon.
Hi. All right. Before I came to Gow, I never thought I'd graduate high school, let alone even be accepted to college. I distinctly remember being told this not only by my peers, but by some who taught me. Had I listened to them, I never would have had the courage to pursue physics. It is with proud face that I stand here amongst these other men and women, saying that I have conquered this beast and set my trail onwards. I am not meeting my next hurdle with resentment, but with excitement for what lies ahead. I am standing here because of those who gave me winds to my wings, and so I thank them. To my mother, who bore me, cared for me, gave me warmth. To my father, whose unwavering love and compassion caused him to drive 6 hours just so we could watch Star Wars together. To my grandparents, who served not only as guides, but as pedestals that held me up, allowing me to reach up and out to better things. To my great aunt and uncle, whose love and faith helped pave the path to my success. Turn page. To my friends, without whom I wouldn't have been able to get through the first day of this journey, let alone the years. And lastly, to the teachers, their dedication and determination providing the sole to my shoe, without which I would have never taken the first step. I'm Drury Mattoon, and these past 3 years are just the beginning of my pilgrimage. I'd also like to add in Mr. Bablaki. I would like to remind you that every day is a winding road, so you're going to get a little bit closer. Thank you.
Isaac Ng.
Hello, my name is Isaac Ng. I'm from Hong Kong and I have been at Gow for 3 years. This fall, I plan to attend Savannah College of Art and Design in Hong Kong to study visual arts. Mom, Dad, thank you for sending me here. I know it was a hard decision because of the difficulties I encountered in my previous school. However, coming here has made my life easier. I have made many friends, taken classes designed just for me, and experienced exciting outdoor activities like ultimate frisbee and capture the flag. Mr. Parsons, thank you for helping me develop my art skills these last 3 years. Art is my favorite subject, and it's really fun to work with you. I am proud of myself for the art I was able to create with a little help from you. Mr. Bray, Mr. Sandrowski, it's been a pleasure to work with you guys during the cross-country season. Running is a passion of mine and something I love to do when I go outside. I also liked when you planned something fun that everyone enjoyed, like our favorite game, Ultimate Frisbee. Thank you for coaching me from the beginning to the end. And Mr. Gallo, thank you for being such a great dorm parent in Warner. I know it's very hard to take care of the students' behavior in the dormitory, but you managed to settle everything well. Also, I'm going to miss your physics class because I had a lot of great experiences creating objects in SolidWorks and completing labs. With a bunch of help from you, I was able to expand my ideas more clearly and earn good grades. Julian, you are the best roommate I have had since the beginning of sophomore year. I appreciate everything you taught me, and I loved our Star Wars talks. Carson, it's been a great season with you in cross country, and thank you for being such a great team captain. Class of 2018, it's been an honor to work with all of you to the end, and I hope you guys have a great future.
Grace Oblitz.
Good morning. My name is Grace Oblitz. I am from Buffalo, New York, and I have been at Gal for almost 3 years. In the fall, I will be following my brother and sister by attending High Point University. Before Gal, I went to an all-girls school. Now, a few years later, after attending a basically all-boys school, I have enough experience with testosterone to last a lifetime. Attending Gal is an experience like no other. Living, eating, and learning with my teachers and peers has helped me form bonds with people I never imagined, and for that, I am thankful. My Gal career would not have been possible without my teachers. I know at times my sass and wittiness might not have always been welcome, but I appreciate you dealing with it. To my coaches and Mr. Safnicki, thank you for your support as I continued my passion for sports on the boys' teams. Mrs. Chafin, thanks for always trying to share your enthusiasm and peppy words of encouragement. Mr. Sandrowski, I appreciate your sense of humor, our lunch table chats, and the unlimited supply of food you provided. They were always highlights to my day. I think with me graduating, your coffee and donut bill will decrease significantly. Lastly, I would like to thank my advisor, teacher, and coach, Mr. Marshman. Thank you for your constant support and guidance. I'm sorry for all the gray hair and attitude I gave you. Most importantly, I would like to thank my parents for their endless love and support. Mom, even though you almost blocked my phone number 10th grade year so I couldn't call and complain, you have still always been my rock. Dad, your sense of humor and candy care packages were always appreciated. Taylor Swift once said, "Someday, when you get to where you are going, you will look around and know it is the people who loved you who put you there, and that will be the greatest feeling." As I stand here today with confidence and the tools to succeed in college, I couldn't agree more. Gal hasn't always been easy, but finishing the journey is the greatest reward. Thank you.
Older brother, Peter, come on up. You're going to help me do this one. Graduated 4 years ago. First sister alumnus, I think.
Citricorn supapropat.
Since I was young, I struggled with reading and writing, and I had trouble studying. Then 3 years ago, things changed. I moved halfway across the world to a little town in western New York. Good morning, my name is Citricorn suprapipat. Everyone here knows me as Wit. I am from Bangkok, Thailand. I want to thank my parents for pushing me whenever I was feeling down and did not want to fight anymore. Without you, Mama, Papa, this day would never have happened. I still can't believe that I will be going to Villa Maria College next fall. Thank you, Winter, for being a good brother along the way. I've been blessed with many friends here. You know who you are. Thank you to the coaches and fellow soccer players for a great season. In case you didn't know, my college is in Buffalo. I will have to suffer the Western New York winter for another 4 years. Wish me good luck, everyone.
Thanks, Whit.
Connor Smith.
Just like most of you, I was forced to attend this life-changing event. Hello, my name is Connor Smith, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, and I've been at Gal for 3.5 years and will attend Marshall University in the fall. Thanks to my family for supporting me through this emotional journey. Mom, thank you for dealing with the stubborn little brat who did not want any help. I'm glad you didn't give up on me. Dad, thank you for signing that big check. Without your support, I probably wouldn't be standing up here right now. I'd also like to thank Mr. Bray for being a great coach both on and off the course. There are many cross-country memories I'll take with me, one example being the nicknames. The Pleat Guy, Cheesecake, and Russian. I'm going to miss the fun times. Miss Bayman and Mr. Kaufman, thank you for being both great advisors. Miss Bayman, we had the best advisory group. Mr. Kaufman, thank you for being so easy to talk to and always there for me. You're like my father away from home, and I appreciate you more than you know. Now finally, I don't have to wear this tie around my neck. Sorry, Dad, I know how much you enjoy it, but I'm not wearing these clothes ever again. You know what they say, all great things must come to an end, so I hope it was worth it. Congrats to the class of 2018. Thank you.
Liam Barry.
Good morning. My name is Liam Barry, and I'm from Clarence, New York. Next year, I plan on attending Champlain College in Burlington, Vermont. I will be studying cybersecurity. Life at Gow has brought many good memories with so many friends. It is unbelievable to think that we are here graduating today, and not the ones who are watching as others graduate. Looking back and seeing that it's been 4 years since I first came to Gow is just a crazy thought. I had the privilege to meet so many great people. Being at Gow has changed me in many different ways. I was given the opportunity to become a resident assistant, and as a result, I have acquired leadership qualities. While at Gow, you often hear from students that don't want to be here. It definitely has its ups and downs, and isn't always the best place to be at times. But instead of complaining, come to terms with being here, the days will go unbelievably fast. I'm very thankful to my parents for sending me here and the sacrifices that they made for me to get a good education. To all the students who may be returning to Gow next year, every day you spend here may feel like years, but not until you graduate will it feel like you arrived only yesterday. Lastly, to the graduating class of 2018, good luck with all your ventures through college. I hope you will all be successful.
Brandon Chang.
I am Brandon Chang. I'm from Hong Kong, and this is my 4th year at the Gow School. I'm headed to Birmingham University and studying robotics engineering as my major. I would like to thank my parents. I know sending me here was a financial burden. I really appreciate all you sacrificed. I would also like to thank my teachers and friends for helping me get to this stage today. Not only Gow has strengthened me academically, but also athletically. Squash was a great experience that helped improve my hand-eye coordination and was something I was able to get better at throughout the years. As one of the regular students to remain on campus during breaks, I'll miss my quality time with faculty. I'm sure you'll be missing me next year. With that, I'm excited to be graduating. Thank you.
Peter Skokie.
Hello, my name is PJ Skokie, and I'm from Wakefield, Rhode Island. I've been at GAL for 4 years. Some have been longer than others. Next year, I plan to attend the University of Maine for Mechanical Engineering Technology. I would first like to begin by thanking all my teachers and coaches who have worked with me throughout my time here. Every one of you had made a difference in my life for the better. Thank you for always pushing me to my limits. Some of my favorite memories of our outdoor education, crew, and ski season. Every camping trip was extremely fun and a great experience. The crew regattas were always a challenge, and I was always happy with how they turned out. Finally, ski season was always the best part of the winter. Snowboarding with my friends was always a good time. I would like to thank my family. My mom and dad have sacrificed a lot to send me to GAL. I will always be thankful for their support. My sisters, for always being awesome big sisters that I never stop talking about. Lastly, I'd like to give a special thanks to my grandmother Noni for giving me the means to keep attending GAL. I know that she is probably watching down on me today. Thank you.
Nicholas Scalero.
Good morning, students, faculty, family, friends, and guests. My name is Nick Scalero. I'm from Oakville, Ontario, Canada, and I've been at GAL for 4 years. If you're wondering, my allergies are bad today and today only. Wow, I never thought I'd make it this far. The amount of memories that root back to such a small place is unbelievable. Whether it was staying up late and telling stories under the galactic core of the Milky Way in Algonquin Park, or just hanging out in the dorms on a Sunday afternoon, I had a blast doing it all. I'd like to thank Mr. Mariacker for always guiding me in the right direction. Whether it was academically, athletically, or providing me with advice, you always had my back. Thank you. To my friends Matt, Gervais, Kiefer, and Alberto, you guys are like brothers to me. We could spend hours talking and laughing about all the crazy stories that we lived through during my time here. To my girlfriend Gianna, your love, support, and compassion helped me pull through some tough times during the school year. I made a lot of incredible memories with you. You're so amazing. Lastly, but most importantly, my family. Michael and Laura, you guys always pushed me past my limits, even when I thought I couldn't go on. Mom and Dad, the sacrifices you made to get me here were above and beyond. I couldn't have completed this journey without you fighting for me every step of the way. The unconditional love, patience, and support you provided me with couldn't be matched. Any other parent couldn't have done it. I love you. Granddad, I know you're looking down and shining on me, especially today. Next autumn, I will be going to Sheridan College to study film and television. The tools this school has given me will be extremely beneficial for my studies at post-secondary school. With that being said, I'd like to wish my fellow graduates and everyone well as we continue this journey we call life. I'm going to leave you with one of my favorite quotes by Will Smith. Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive, or godlike feature that only the special among us can ever taste. It's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. Thank you, everyone. It's been a wild ride.
Ruan Visser.
Oh, yeah. Before I begin, I'm just going to say I'm a big soft guy, so I might start crying in the middle of this. My family is too, so you might want to give them some tissues. Hello. My name is Ruan Visser. I was born in South Africa and moved to Texas when I was a baby. It didn't take long for my parents to find out I had dyslexia. I was sent to a small school in Austin, Texas, for students with learning differences, and found my way to Gow in 9th grade. In addition to a great education, the Gow School gave me so many new experiences. From traveling to different countries to participating in new and exciting extracurricular activities. Robotics will definitely be part of Gow that I will never forget. There were so many learning experiences in the robotics lab that exceed far beyond what can be imagined just from one class. Right now, the only thing left to say is thank you to all the people that put in so much time and effort in making me the best person I can be. Thank you to the teachers for putting up with me, specifically Mr. Gullo for being there to motivate me. To do what I want to do. A big thanks to my huge family. I would name all of you, but we'd be here for a while. Thank you for Heather, for your constant encouragement. I wouldn't have been as successful if it wasn't for you. Thank you, Mom, so much for your unconditional love, no matter the choices I made. And Dad, thank you for all that you've done for me. You made my success possible. And finally, to the class of 2018. We've been together for so long. I wish you all the best.
Carson Wildrick.
Hello, my name is Carson Wildrick, and I am from Glen Elk, Maryland. Before I continue, I would like to quote someone. Oscar Wilde once said, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist, and that is all." Because of my time at Gow, I now realize how to live. Before Gow, I was only going through the steps of life in school. Without the help of a couple of people, I would not be standing here. Mr. Jackmany, since freshman year, you've not been able to get rid of me, even after 3 years of your class. I showed up to BRA for the last year, even though my writing was horrendous. You were the one teacher who built my love for it. Also, Mr. Bray, without you as my cross-country coach, I would not have been able to know my physical capabilities and would not be able to reach a new level in running. Thank you both for everything. To my friends, Connor, Michael, there is not enough words to say how much you have affected me as a person. Connor, I am sure you are still mad at me for putting your bed in the shower a couple of times. And for that, I'm sorry. I guess. Michael, you've been a good friend to me, even after I've asked about thousands of questions, ranging from pointless stuff to Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you both for everything. Lastly, Mom, Dad, Matt, I forgot about you too. But really, without all of you, I would not have made it this far. The hard days before Gow, well, we remember those feelings all too well. With all my heart, I am thankful that you gave me this chance to do my best. I love you all so much. At the start of this fall, I will be attending Embry-Riddle in Daytona, Florida, to become an aircraft engineer. To my friends, family, teachers. Thank you all so much for what you have done for me. Oh, look at that time. I'll take that diploma now.
Zachary Etroff.
Zachary Etroff. Who is he? What is his importance? Stop laughing. he is a student who went through a 5-year transformation at the Gal School to become a high school graduate. The importance of Etroff is that he is proof that people with dyslexia or learning disabilities can go to college and have a successful future. As President John Fitzgerald Kennedy once said, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. This quote is very true in this situation. Without purpose to strive for success, this speech would have never existed, and I, Zachary Etroff, would not be going off to Lynn University in the fall. All my life, failure has never been an option for me because I have always been too scared to fail. Thank you to all the teachers who have helped me strive for success, believed in me, and most of all, put up with me all these years. To all my friends, thanks for not running away from me when I would come towards you. Thank you to my mom, Issy, my dad, Robert, and my brother, John, who I may not have seen a lot over the past few years. You have always been there with me in my heart. It has always been pleasant to be around my uncles, aunts, cousins, and grandparents when we come together as a family for make great memories. I would also like to thank my old school, Eagle Hill, for recommending Gout as an option in the first place. I plan to take a bunch of classes I'm interested in at college to see where my interests lie. While I'm looking forward to college, I need to say goodbye to Gout. So long, Gout. You will be missed, but not a whole lot. To the underclassmen, do your work and never stop trying to make Gout a better place. Embrace Gout to have a wonderful experience. Thank you very much, and good luck without me, everyone.
Peter Kern.
Good morning, fellow classmates, teachers, parents, and family members. My name is Peter Kern, and I hail from the small town of Eastover, New York. I've attended Gow for 5 long years. In the fall, I'll be attending St. Bonaventure University to major in criminology. During the past 5 years, I have truly grown to be a well-prepared, mature, and studious young man. Because of my teachers and their dedication, as well as the structure of Gow's curriculum, I have achieved things that I've never thought would be possible both inside and outside the classroom. During my junior year, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to join the junior firefighter program with the South Wales Fire Company. This experience ultimately led me to choose my career path. The teamwork and problem solving I observed with first responders and law enforcement has intrigued me. I want to say a special thank you to my basketball coaches, Mr. Meyer, Mr. Dibble, and Mr. Chafin. Over the years, they have taught me to be a better teammate and helped me improve my skills on the court. It also helped that I grew 9 inches. I also want to thank Mrs. Bowes for introducing me to the Potter's Wheel. Having the ability to create unique pieces of art has truly inspired me. I was honored to complete my Eagle Scout project here on campus and hope that is a place for all to enjoy for many years to come. I wish my Gow family well in all their future endeavors. May the teachers and staff continue to make great things happen here on campus. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for sacrificing so much to give me this opportunity and supporting me through everything. Farewell to the class of 2018. I wish you all the best of luck.
Michael Murray.
Would you believe me if I told you that my palms are sweaty, my knees are weak, and my arms are heavy? I'm told I'm only given a minute and a half to say my piece to you all. So I shall keep it simple and recommend you start your timers now. My name is Michael Murray, and I've been going to the Gow School for 5 long, exceedingly long years. And I am from Burlington, Ontario, and will be going to University of Toronto in the fall. I want to start off with thanking my teachers. Through my time here, working through my weaknesses and praising my strengths. To my friends, on stage and off. For our camaraderie is what kept us sane when we had to deal with the stresses of high school. To the lower classmen, actions may speak louder than words, but words have the power to change someone's heart. I was told this when I first started here, and so I pass it on to you. To my family, my mother and father, the ones who sent their son to the Valley of Ravens to become strong and courageous in his adult life. He's finally coming home with the black wings of a raven. What I say today, I hope someone will take heed. This senior class is conclusive proof that miracles can and do come true. I was told at a young age by professionals that I would not be able to stand up here speaking to all of you and saying that I'm graduating out of high school and into university with a promising career in English, no less. Wait. I say to all of you, parents, family members, friends, students, and teachers, that if you are determined to do something and someone tells you you cannot do it, it is the sweetest pleasure in proving them wrong. Thank you.
Eric Neely.
Good morning. My name is Eric Neely from Port Allegheny, Pennsylvania, and I have been here for 5 long years. I will be attending Alfred State in the fall to study electrical management. I knew Gow was a good fit for me from the start. Now, I could tell you all about my dark memories at this place, but I would rather stick to the positive. I would like to give a big thanks to the Chaffins. You guys have stuck with me through everything. Thanks, Mom, for sending me here. It was a great idea, and no, that was not sarcastic. Thank you, Ryan, Max, Nasser, Allison, and Tommy. We've all made a lot of great memories that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. And I would like to wish the seniors good luck in college. To be honest, I am happy this is my last day at this place. It's been fun here, but sorry, I'm not going to visit.
Maximilian Openshaw.
Good morning. My name is Max Openshaw. I am from Hong Kong and I have been at Gow for around 5 years. Next year, I plan to study at Oxford Brookes University in the UK. Over the years, I have had some good times, from the adventures of outdoor ed to the madness in Templeton last year. I have also made some big improvements academically. Before coming to Gow, all I did at my old school was sit in the back of the classroom and play computer games. After being here for a while, I started to take things seriously. First, I want to thank Mr. Giacomini for your help over the years in the dorm, English class, and the squash court. Second, I want to thank Mr. Rausch and Mr. Schneifman for helping me find my passion for the outdoors. I had fun times on the trips that we went on, and I will miss getting all of you lost in the woods. I also want to thank my parents for sacrificing a lot for me to get a good education, especially with all the problems I gave you due to my unpredictable behavior. You never gave up on me, and I really appreciate that. I also want to thank my relatives for helping me out while I've been here. It really meant a lot. Finally, I want to thank Eric for all the good times we've had together. I wish everyone in the class of 2018 good luck on the next chapter of our lives. Thank you.
Megan Putney.
Good morning. My name is Megan Putney, and I am from East Aurora, New York. First, I would like to say that standing up here giving this speech is not going to be easy for me. As you all know, that I am a shy and quiet person. I have attended GAU for 5 years and will be attending Villa Maria College in the fall, where I will pursue a career in occupational therapy. When I came to GAU in my 8th grade year, there were only 5 girls in the school. A lot has changed since then. I would like to thank my parents for sending me to this school. I know it was a hard decision for you to send me here. I appreciate all the teachers I have had over the past 5 years. If it weren't for my parents and every teacher, I think there would have been a much smaller chance of me standing here giving this speech and graduating. I am grateful for my younger brother for trying to help me with my math homework when I did not understand it. I have to admit, he sometimes got frustrated with me because of how many times I needed him to show me how to do a problem. I would also like to thank all the friends I have met over the past few years. Lastly, to the underclassmen, some of you might not appreciate what your teachers are doing for you, but trust me, they are trying their best to help you. Everything they are doing is for your own good. They want to see you standing up here giving your speech to the school. To the next senior class, I wish you all the best of luck next year. To my fellow graduates, I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors. Congratulations to the class of 2018.
Ryan Nice.
Wow, I can't believe I'm here. My name is Ryan Nice, and I'm from Wales, New York, and I've been at GAU for 5.5 years. I am so excited to be moving on with my life. I am going to be attending Paul Smith College in the fall, where I'll be studying natural resources and conservation. I could not have done it without my parents and my brother. Mom and Dad, I want to thank you for always being by my side and never giving up on me, even though I wanted to give up on myself. I remember during my sophomore year, calling you guys every night, trying to convince you to get me out of here. Every day that I lived in the dorm, I hated knowing I was just 15 minutes away from home. But now, I want to thank you for pushing me and not letting me give up. I may have hated my sophomore year, but in the long run, it was well worth the adventure, even though I couldn't see that at the time. For the underclassmen, stick with it. It'll be well worth it. Every year will go by faster, and when you make it to senior year, you will look back and you will be amazed at how fast it went by. And for my brothers and sisters, I will miss you all. We are now entering the next chapters of our lives. I'm glad to say that I was a part of the class of 2018. Wow, I'm done.
John Jack Brinkworth.
Good morning. My name is Jack Brinkworth, and I am from Buffalo, New York. I've been a day student at the Gow School for 6 years. I would like to thank my parents for sending me to Gow and pushing me to work harder every day. Thank you to my sisters for having my back when I was down. I would also like to thank Mr. Salerno for challenging me during the academic school day. He's always been there to motivate me and give me advice. To Claudia Stokowski and Dorothea Mobius, thank you for putting me on the right road to success. I would also like to thank my grandparents and Char for everything. Gow has changed me into a different person by leading me into new sports and academic ways. I would also like to thank my friends for making these 6 years full of memories. They range from exciting lunch table conversations and lacrosse field talks to looking up at the stars on a Saturday night. Throughout my time here, I have created strong bonds with my friends and teachers. Next year, I will be attending Marist College for Business and Accounting. Thank you.
Abdul Nasser Kalla.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nasser Kalla. I am from Niger, West Africa, and I am what this school refers to as a lifer. It's just a very kind way of saying life sentence. Like everyone here, I am one of those kids blessed with the gift of dyslexia. I want to start off by telling a story of my 8th grade year about one of my first teachers, John Lindahl, who taught me a very valuable lesson, as well as introducing me to the concept of brownie points. I always despised math, and I would constantly come to class without any homework. One day, Mr. Lindahl told me that if I started doing my work and stopped goofing off, he would give me brownie points. Now, from the standpoint of an 8th grade boy who is still learning new concepts, once you say brownies, you have my full attention. I decided not to ask any questions and started constructing conclusions in my mind. So he's giving these points out pretty freely, so for every 1,000 points is 1 brownie? Got it. I let 2 weeks go by, and I decided to ask, "Hey sir, when can I finally use my brownie points?" He looked at me and said, "Nasser, you realize that brownie points don't actually amount to anything, right?" Yeah, I was very aware of that minor detail. Obviously, I'm still very salty about the whole situation. However, it did teach me a very valuable lesson. Not every task you complete will be rewarded, and Mr. Lindahl, I would like to thank you for that. Someone with bright red hair once told me that I spent 40% of my life at this school. At first, I thought to myself, wow, that's kind of a problem. But then she also informed me that the teachers here have just about helped raise me. Like my family members, I take different characteristics that they have that I value in order to turn myself into the favorite child. I would like to thank Jack and the Brinkworth family for allowing me to live at their house on the weekends. To Ganon, Eric, Ryan, Phil, Grace, and Allison, I'm gonna miss you guys. Eric, I'm gonna miss your personality. That's all I'm gonna say. Ganon, I'm gonna miss that light that brightens every room you enter. Ryan, thank you for always being an energetic and fun person to be around. Phil, you and I are roommates. I have nothing to say to you. Grace, you are one of the strongest people I know, and I know that there's nothing can stop you from achieving what you want. Allison, please keep being your usual motherly self. I don't know what we'd do without you. Last, but certainly not least, my beautiful family. Mom, Dad, I'm the last one. No more college applications, no more stress. I think getting 5 kids into college is definitely more than enough. Ibrahim and Udu, Thank you for paving the path for me at Gow. Rashid, I'm sorry that you weren't able to be here today. To my beautiful older sister, Awani, who looks exactly like me, hint, hint. I know that we've been apart for a while, but soon we'll be just like we were at 12 and 9. I love you all. Thank you for everything. 6 years is a very long time, but I'm here, and I made it. I'm the third of my family to graduate from this school. For the last 11 years, one of us has been here, but today marks the end of that. Mr. Lindahl, how many brownie points is that worth?
Ibi and Udu, come on up. Ibrahim, Udu, come on up. The Govian brothers are going to come and hand this to him.
All right, nicely delivered. Very well done. You forgot to hug the big man. Come on.
How are you? Congratulations.
Zachary Scheckman.
Good morning. My name is Zachary Scheckman. I attended the Gow School for 6 years. I will begin my studies at Methodist University in North Carolina next fall. The Gow School made my dream of graduating high school and going to college possible. In 5th grade, I was told by one of my teachers that I would not make it through my junior year and that I would be a high school dropout. If only they could see me now. To my parents and family here today, I would like to say thank you and I love you. Mom, Dad, thank you for sending me here. Even though it's been a tough and expensive road, it was worth it at the end. To my brothers and sister, Max, Jacob, and Brianne, you are the best siblings I could ever ask for. To my grandparents, I am grateful for everything you've done for me, especially Grandpa. Because of you, I am now pursuing a career in professional golf management. Lastly, Mr. Kaufman, you've been like a second father to me, just being there when I needed to talk and helping me further my golf career. One of the funniest moments that happened in my Gow career happened on the golf course. Watching Coach Thompson climb a tree to get his putter after missing a 12-inch putt. My teammates and I laughed so hard, and on the tee box we could see Mr. Thompson's dad shaking his head in disbelief. Keep practicing, Mr. Thompson. To the underclassmen, good luck in the upcoming school year. Get involved, make your own fun. To my fellow graduates, we did it.
Seniors, I know we didn't actually get a chance to rehearse the cap toss, so after I say a few words, I'll give you the 1, 2, 3, and you can do it on that. Parents, get your cameras ready. It is now my honor to present the graduates of the Gow School class of 2018. 1, 2, 3.
It's great because one of the seniors left their glasses up here on the podium, and I know whose they are, Michael Murray.
Thank you, sir.
You're going to need those in college. The Peter Gow Junior Award. In honor of the founder of the school, this award is the highest honor a student in the upper school can receive. It's presented to that student who, through character and achievement, has contributed most to the success of the school year. Do it a little differently this year. This year's winner, hold your applause till the very end, is Jack Brinkworth. So Jack, come on up here and hold this while we're going to have an accounting. Jack's going to be an accountant. Hold that. Yeah, get this right. Jack is going to be an accountant. We're going to have an accounting for the accountant. You've earned this academically. You've got the grades to prove that you've earned this high award. You also have the character. From your father, you learned the hard work pillar. From your sister Margaret, you learned the respect pillar. She respects everybody. From your sister Claire, your twin, you learned the pillar of honesty. And let me tell you, Claire tells you how it is. Bang. And from your mom, you learned the pillar of kindness, the woman who opened her home and her heart to all these brothers and sisters. Do you remember when we first met? Yeah. You do? You were in a car seat in a Suburban in the parking lot at Main Building. Your mom was dropping off your sister. And there you were, sitting there, and you weren't wearing your bow tie. You were wearing a bib. You were 4 years old, and you were clutching a sippy cup and some other snack. Oh, who's this? Oh, this is Jack. And you looked at me and you pulled back, don't touch my food. It's really a treat and gives me great pleasure to introduce the Peter Gow Junior Award winner, Mr. Jack Brinkworth. I'd like to call up Sam Darbakerly, class of 11, former student council president. This is a kid who I was his advisor for a couple years. Every other day he'd come in and say, well, Mr. Rogers, this 1 year at the Gow has been the greatest. Thank you very much. I'm done. I'm not coming back. He graduated, and look it, you're back.
That's right. You can run, but you can't hide. Good morning. It is an honor to be part of today's Gow School graduation. Since standing on the stage as a member of the class of 2011, I've graduated from Mississippi State University and is working as a private wealth analyst at the Private Banking Investment Group of Merrill Lynch. My brother Peter also attended Gow for 5 years. He graduated in 2008 and proceeded to earn a business degree from Dean College and works in Boston. I'd like to point out some accomplishments of classmates of mine. In recent years, classmates of mine have graduated from, among others, Miami University, the University of Notre Dame, the Georgia Institute of Technology, and the University of Pennsylvania. I know these successes are only possible because of the Gow School. The incredibly patient teachers, the discipline and study skills we learned here, and the expectation of success are values that will last a lifetime. I'm proud to be a Govian. It is my honor to welcome these young men and women behind me to the Gow School Alumni Association. By following the Gow pillars of honesty, hard work, kindness, and respect, they have earned diplomas from a school that truly changes lives. To those alumni and family in the audience, please remember that each of us has a responsibility to provide financial support to a school that has given us so much. To those graduates behind me, please be part of the school. Attend events across the country. Come back and visit campus, and keep in touch with the development office. Most importantly, know Gow is always a tweet, Facebook post, or LinkedIn message away. So, on behalf of 2,500 alumni who have attended Gow since 1926 all over the world, it is my honor to congratulate you on your many accomplishments and welcome the class of 2018 to the Gow School Alumni Association.
Well said.
Awe-inspiring Govians and gathered assembly, will you pray with me? Holy, eternal one, thank you for your presence here among us today and for the many gifts that you have bestowed upon each one of us, and especially upon this graduating class of 2018. Be with them now as they set out on their journey from this place. Guide and protect them each and every day. Give them a sense of joy and wonder in all that they encounter. May your love keep friendships alive and the character of this place in their hearts. May the spirit of forbearance and daring fill their sails, and may the pillars of kindness, respect, honesty, and hard work strengthen them on their way. Bless them, Holy One, and bless each one of us this glorious day and forever. And let all the people say together, Amen.